right, go ahead and get into a comfortable seat, whatever that means to you. If you want to bend your knees, just make sure your legs aren't stacking. Place one in front of the other. You can bring your hands to your knees, either palms down or palms up, whatever you're more comfortable with. We will be doing palms up in a little bit. And you can gently lower your gaze or close your eyes. Feel that string coming from the top of your head, pulling your spine nice and long. Connecting your legs with the ground and your head with the sky. Take a deep breath through your nostrils. When you exhale, flutter out through your lips. Do another one like that. Release your jaw. You give yourself a few fake yawns. You twist your jaw to the left and right as you twist. Make a circle with your jaw. You bring your attention, your awareness to the back of your skull, to the 2 points behind your ears. Just imagine releasing those points. Pretending there's some sort of joint there and releasing. Releasing all down the vertebrae of the neck. Down into your shoulders and your traps. And your shoulder blades. See if you can just release any tension you're holding in. Your legs down to the ground, imagining tiny little roots coming off your legs, your sit bones, reaching into the mat. Once you're nice and safe and secure, feel your spine stretching nice and high into the air, opening up all those vertebrae in your spine. Take your palms and just face them towards the sky. Hands can still be on the knees. Just take your pinky and touch it to your thumb. Anything you notice, your hands, your fingers, in the surface between the thumb and the finger. My ring finger will not relax. I want you. Go ahead and take that thumb and touch it to your ring finger on, your ring finger on the cheek. Have to press very hard. Is there anything you notice in your hands, in your body? Anything in that area between where your fingers are touching? Go ahead and touch that thumb to the middle finger. My ring finger on the other hand is doing this. Notice anything about your hands, about your body, about your fingers, about the area and the space between where your fingers are touching. Go ahead and bring the thumbs to the pointer finger. Same thing. Does anything feel different or strange? Here. Your body, your fingers, the area between the fingers. Where you're touching. Little taps, your fingers that are touching, little tip taps, pointing finger and the thumb. And then switch to the middle finger and little tippy tappies. Ring finger and the pinky. Back to the ring finger. Back to the middle finger. Back to the pointer finger. You can shake your hands out, release that, shake your back out. Feel those roots reaching into the ground, holding you nice and tight. We're gonna gently open our eyes or raise the gaze. We're gonna start just by stretching the arms forward. You can flex your hands and release your wrists down. Then we'll lift them all the way up, sighing those shoulders down the back. Feeling our sit bones rooted into the ground, we're gonna move to one side, placing your hand on the mat, and reaching the opposite arm. Releasing any tension in your neck. Then we're gonna bring the shoulder down to the opposite way. So go ahead and exhale, fold forward. Inhale to come back. Exhale. Inhale to come back up. One more like that. Exhale. Inhaling back up. Press this arm back up into the air, side the shoulders down the back. Place the opposite hand on the ground and reach that arm over top. Feeling the space between those intercostal muscles in your ribs, reaching that arm over top. Careful not hit the ear with the bicep. Relax your neck, even though it's impossible. On your next exhale, fold forward, plate, bringing that shoulder. Oh, that's so nice on this side. Inhaling back up. Exhale down. And inhaling back up. Exhale down. Inhaling back up. Nice big exhale here. On your next inhale, we'll bring the arm up. Bring the arms out to the side, nice strong biceps. Then press the walls out with your fingertip, with your hands, sorry. Arms flexed, and just go ahead and rotate the shoulders in the shoulder sockets, bringing your arms as close to a 360-degree circle as possible. And you can shake that out, release your arms, give your shoulders a little shake out. Maybe give yourself a nice little X back and forth. And then you can spread your arms out to the sides. You will exhale, folding one arm over another, grabbing the back, wrapping your hands around, crawling yourself back around those shoulder blades if that's available to you. Checking in with those ribs, go ahead and sign back down, releasing your shoulders down if they are coming up to your ears. Nice deep breaths here. Your next inhale, raise your arms nice and big out to the sides. Exhale, side, opposite arm on top this time. Walk those fingertips around your shoulder blades if that's available to you. Side those shoulders down your back. On your next exhale, arms nice and wide. Do a little twist back and forth. Do a little shake out in your hands here. Whatever you need to do. I suddenly forgot what I wanted to do. Oh, make a big circle in your neck by making a circle on your chin. Make a circle with your chin. Nice big circle with your chin. Stretch your neck out. Make sure you go both directions a couple of times. And when you've had enough of that, you can come to stillness and we'll just take the neck down over to one side. Inhaling the opposite arm on top, just draping your arm over top of your neck and letting the weight of your arm stretch your neck out. Option to reach your arm out, maybe towards the roof. You find what's best for you, maybe towards the ground, maybe out towards the side. Find a nice stretch of that bicep and your neck. Exhale, you can release both arms down. Bring your arm over to the other side, stretching that neck, just using the weight of the arm. The opposite arm can stretch out either up to the side or down at an angle. Just find a spot that's maybe right for you. Ow. Like that. Big inhales, nice deep exhales. Release your arms, release your neck. So big inhales. We'll take those arms up again. Bend one elbow down, take the opposite arm on top, using the pressure of your hand to stretch that arm. Optional bind, you can take that arm behind you, reach for your hand, your wrist, your t-shirt, whatever is available to you. Making sure you're not like me and transferring that stretch to the ribs and actually feeling it in the arms. Tucking the ribs in, stretching the arms back. Release your hand, windmill your arm out. Bringing both arms up again, bringing that opposite arm, elbow bending, placing your hand on the bent elbow, reaching your hand down your back. Breathing. Option to come to a bind on the opposite side. Remembering that bodies are different, so you might have a easier or harder time on the side. Taking the stretch out of the ribs, placing it into the arm. Release both hands down, shoulders a little shake out, give your arms a little shake out. Water. Trying to stretch the legs out front. We'll come to our gentle twist. Start by bending one knee close to the body. Hug it in real tight and place the foot on the outside of the opposite leg. Flex that opposite leg. Flex the opposite foot. Point those toes towards the sky. Bringing that knee in nice and tight. We'll bring the opposite arm as knee. And across the knee and then twist the back through. Inhaling nice and long. And exhaling, twisting, bringing out that midsection like a dish towel. Right here. Nice long inhale. Nice long exhale. Inhaling, twisting. Oh, inhaling, stretching. Excellent. Back, exhale, twisting. More like that. Nice long inhale. Exhale to twist. On your next inhale, you can come back for a nice little thunder twist to the other side. Release your knees, give a little shake out, bend the opposite knee close to the body, real tight. Place the foot on the outside of the opposite foot, flexing that foot up. Lifting the opposite arm into the air, hooking it around the knee and twisting to the back. Nice long back. Your inhales and twist on your exhale. Finding a space, find a little more room in your outer hips and in your glutes. Maybe you can find, stretch, and twist that midsection in places we didn't think. Good with that. On your next exhale, we'll come into a nice little counter to the side. Come back to the center. From here, we'll do a nice deep inhale, stretch your arms in the air again. Exhaling, folding forward. No need to round in the back. Keep your back nice and straight. Come down as much as you can. Grab onto your ankles or your knees. Feel the stretch maybe in the back of the leg. Yourself a little deepen. On your next exhale, you can round and back, going through nice feet, the wall. Then you can gently roll up and we'll come on to our knees. Hang on to our shins. Tucking those back toes under as much as possible. You would like bringing your hands up to your thighs. It's too intense. You can always walk them forward. If your toes don't all up below happily, you can definitely help them. It's pretty cool. You're gonna grab onto the belly and pull it forward. Make any adjustments you may need to, maybe in the width of your knees. Imagine you have a fishing line pulling that belly button forward in space, releasing any tension in the glutes here. On your next inhale, you're going to take one arm, windmill it back in space, and grab onto the heel. Breathing here. Next inhale, we'll go ahead and windmill the opposite arm back. Shining that chest forward like it were a cow pose. Reaching that chest in between the arms. The more you pull that belly button forward, the more you'll feel stretch in the front of the thighs. Release your glutes here. On your next exhale, windmill one arm down to your side. Windmill the second arm down to your side. Come down into our tabletop pose and untuck those toes. Place them flat on the mat. Come into a nice neutral spine. Placing your wrists underneath your shoulders here. We'll start by just tilting, tucking, tailbone. Loosening up the hips there. Then you can get kind of the back into it, kind of rounding in the whole back. And then maybe get the back of the neck into it. Warming up the whole spine. You're ready to come back into a neutral spine. On the next inhale, we'll shine that chest forward, reaching that chest, the arms, through the shoulders. Dropping that udder down and pointing those hip points towards the ceiling. Top of the feet can be glued to the mat. Nice deep breaths in your cow pose. Pressing into the ground like you're very heavy. You're a golden cow. Can you press the ground away from you so you feel like there is space in your collarbone? On your next exhale, go ahead and press into cat pose, bringing that belly button towards your spine, folding the shoulders and neck forward, tucking your toes under and coming up on tented fingertips. Taking a few breaths in your cat pose, feeling it exaggerated like a Halloween decoration. Really feeling space between your shoulder blades and maybe underneath your shoulder blades as well. Relax your glutes here. On your next inhale, release those tops of the feet to the mat. Bring your palms down to the ground and shine that chest forward. Coming to cow pose. On your next exhale, we'll come into cat pose. Inhaling for cow. Exhaling for cat. Inhaling for cat. And exhaling. Continue this motion at your own pace, your own breath. Every leg can make S and C curves in your spine. And take any movements here that feel nicer. And when you're ready to come back into a nice neutral tabletop pose, go ahead and do so. Find yourself sinking into your shoulders, maybe your neck is down here and feel like your shoulders are attacking your ears. Go ahead and press yourself out of your shoulder. From here, we'll tuck those back toes under, straighten out the legs. So you're in a plank pose. And then press yourself up to downward facing dog. Take a few breaths in down dog. Go ahead and pedal out through your feet. Feel any nice stretches and back again. On your next inhale, we'll lift the right leg into the air, three-legged dog. Bend that knee, open up the hips, come to a rock star pose, like lifting that arm, opposite arm. Breathing here, reaching that standing the heel towards the mat. Back with three-legged dog. Your next exhale, we'll roll forward to a plank pose, bring that knee to the elbow, pressing that ground away from you. Inhaling back to a three-legged dog. Checking in with that heel, bringing it back down to the top. Exhaling that knee towards the elbow. Inhale back, let it go. Jacking into the heel. One more exhale like that, bringing that knee forward. And we'll inhale back, three-legged dog. Exhale back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, we'll lift the left leg into the air for three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knees. Open up the hips. Release that foot behind you. Raise your arms like to come to rock start. Bring back into three-legged dog. There. Your next exhale, bend that knee. Bring that knee towards the elbow in a plank pose. Inhaling back to downward facing dog. Exhaling forward, bringing that to the elbow. Inhaling back, three-legged dog. One more like that. Exhaling forward, into your elbow. Inhaling back. Exhaling down to downward facing dog. Your next exhale, we'll walk or steps over to your forward fold at the front of the mat. Feeling all four corners of the feet resting against the ground, not falling too far into the arches. Feel like you have really high arches, you can always press on the outer edges of the feet. Like, these can be bent here or straight as you'd like. Just concentrate on the feeling of letting go, releasing any sort of tension you may have. Next, inhale, you can place your hands on your shins and go to a nice flat back. On our next exhale, we'll fold forward. Then there's something you're folding over. We're releasing your entire top half down. Pushing into the ground. Maybe your legs are a little bit straighter this time, or maybe you're a little bit more bent, further bent this time. Whatever it is to make your forward fold a little deeper on this go round. Can you nod your head yes here, and shake your head no. Move your head back and forth out of it. Again with your glutes, make sure you're not holding any tension there. Really press into the bottoms of the feet and using that pressure, gently roll up the stand, placing each vertebrae on top of the previous one. You're standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat. Standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat, you can check in with your feet. They can be hips width distance or wider. Pressing into the ground, not falling into those arches. Feeling a lot of stability in the feet. You could kind of ooze back and forth if you wanted to. Move those hips from side to side. You can tuck the tailbone under and tilt it back. And you can make the circles with your hips, combining both movements. Keep your knees stable and move just your hips in nice little circles. Make sure you go both directions. If you found a spot that's maybe a little bit more sore, stuck, maybe stay in that spot for a minute. And then when you feel like you've done that, start incorporating the knees into your circles. Maybe one knee bends deeply while your hip sticks out to the side. No one can see you. You can be as comical as you'd like. And when you feel like you've gotten some nice circles in, either big or little, you can release your arms, release your legs, release your hips. Maybe give your knees a little shake out. Maybe give your butt a little shake out. We'll inhale those arms above your head for Urdhva Hastasana. Make sure your shoulders are not creeping up to your ears. You can sigh your shoulders down. Holding a beach ball above your head. We're going to start just by twisting at the midsection. Feeling that pressure of the beach ball, releasing any tension in the knees or the glutes. Leaving the hips where they are, just twisting at that midsection. Exhaling towards the center. Nice big inhale here. And then we'll exhale to the opposite side. Again, moving at that midsection, releasing any tension in the glutes, releasing any tension in the shoulders, releasing the shoulders down the back. Make sure they're not scrunching up near the ears. Still holding that beach ball above your head. Exhale towards the center. Nice big inhale here. Just gonna tilt to one side. Releasing all those intercostal muscles around the ribs. If your heel came up as you stretch the side, make sure you press it back down to the mat. Inhaling back to the center. Exhaling back down to the other side. And opening up all those intercostal muscles. Inhaling back to center. Nice big inhale, and nice big exhale here. Your next inhale, we're going to shine that chest forward and bring that ball back behind you like you're going to hard. Try to keep the arms as straight as possible. Feel the rotation in the shoulders, not the elbows. And on your next exhale, we'll fold forward, pushing that beach ball into the ground. Folding over whatever mechanism we decided on earlier. Here you can grab opposite elbows if you want. Sway side to side. And release your elbows. Place your hands on your shins. Go into a nice long flat back. On your next exhale, we'll fold all the way forward, plant the hands, and step back to a plank pose. Here you can go into your vinyasa or lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat, inhaling for a look over, facing dog, and then pressing back, forward dog. Breathing in down dog. Pedal out your feet here, shake out your hips here. Nod your head, yes. Take your head down. Your head out over. On your next exhale, we're gonna hop or step forward through the forward fold at the front of the mat. See if you can make this fold a little bit more deeper than your last fold. See where you can find space. The back of the thighs. Is it the calf? Is it the top of the head? On your next inhale, place hands on shins for a nice long flat back. On this exhale, we're gonna ooze into the forward fold like you're made of honey or maple syrup. Still finding space in that forward fold. And on your next inhale, we're going to gently roll up to stand, placing each vertebrae on top of the previous one. Come into a mountain pose at the front of them. Give your knees a little shake out, maybe run in place. Give your hips a little shake out, maybe deeply run in place. Yeah. Good. All right. Knees over ankles, hips over knees, shoulders over hips. We'll inhale the arms above the head for Urdhva Hastasana. Inhaling nice and deep here, lifting those arms into the air, feeling a stretch in those biceps, releasing the shoulders down the back. On your next exhale, we'll fold forward, bringing your hands to the mat. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhaling, folding forward, placing your hands on the mat, stepping back through your vinyasa, or lowering your knees. Chest and chin to the mat, inhaling for a low cobra, upward facing dog, and pressing back to a down. Breathing here, pulling those heels towards the mat. On your next exhale, you can hop or step forward, so you're in a forward fold at the front of them. Inhaling, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhaling to fold forward. Inhaling to gently roll up to stand. Placing each vertebrae on top of the previous. Give your knees a little shake out, give your hips a little shake out. Sitting in mountain pose at the front of the mat. Can you feel your chest shining towards the front of the room? You're going to inhale the arms above the head for Urdhva Hastasana. Release any tension you may have in your jaw, your shoulders, or your glutes. We exhale to fold forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, folding forward, plant your hands, step back to a plank pose through your vinyasa or lower your knees. Chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for an upward facing dog. Exhaling to a down dog. Breathing in down dog. Your next exhale, you can hop or step forward through forward fold at the front of. On your next inhale, you can place your hands on your shins, nice little flat back. Exhale to forward, your forward. On your next inhale, gently roll up to stand, placing each vertebrae top of the previous one. Standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat. All right, standing in mountain pose, pressing the bottoms of the feet into the mat, lifting into the sky, feeling that beautiful string coming from the top of your head. You're going to inhale the arms up for Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands, run through your vinyasa. Step back to plank pose, run through your vinyasa or lower your knees. Chest and chin to the mat. Inhale, look over upward facing wall. Press down. Breathing in downward facing dog. Your next exhale, hop or step forward, you're gonna forward fold with the foot of the. Here you can place your hands on your shins for a nice long flat back. Exhale to fold forward. Then inhale to gently roll up to stand. Sitting a mountain pose at the front of the mat, feeling strong, connected to the ground. Inhaling the arms above the head. Exhaling to fold forward. Inhaling, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale to fold forward, plant your hands, sit back to the plank pose, but now super lower your knees, chest and chin back. Come up for a little for upward facing dog. And press back to a down. Breathing in downward facing dog. Your next exhale, you can hop or step forward, turn forward fold. On your next inhale, you can place your hands on your shins for a nice long flat back. Exhale to fold. On your next inhale, you can gently roll up to stand, so you're standing up at the front. All right, standing in mountain pose. Inhaling here. Feeling a nice strong connection with the ground. We're gonna inhale the arms into the air for Siddhasana. On your exhale, you're gonna bend the knees. Make sure that tailbone is tucked under like you're about to sit down on the seat. Your arms are stretched forward in front of you. Chair pose. On your next exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands, step back. Into a plank pose, lower your knees, chest to chin. And inhaling for a look over, upward facing dog. And exhaling back, foot down. Breathing here. Your next inhale, we'll take the right leg, lift it into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee. Swing that foot forward, flip it if you need to. Now in our low lunge, we're going to drop that back knee down through the top of that back foot to the mat. Feel a scissoring motion between your heel and knee. Hey, buddy. Yeah, it's that time. Keep your balance, and on your next inhale, lift the head, neck, and chest into the air. You can lift the arms up as well. We'll gaze at the thumb for a gentle bend back. On your next exhale, you can frame that front foot. Tuck those back toes under. Pick that back foot up about 12 to 18 inches, whatever. You need to get both heels on the mat. And then we'll reach that forehead towards the front. Breathing here, stretching into the back of the thighs. And on your next exhale, kick both feet back onto your plank pose. And now sort of lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale, throw up over upward facing dog. Pressing back. On your next inhale, bring that left leg into the air for three-legged dog. Swing that foot forward, help you if you need to. Coming into a nice low lunge here, we'll drop that back knee down and glue the top of that back foot. Here we can lift our head, neck, and chest into the air, raise the arms up, gaze into the thumb for a gentle back. On your next exhale, you can frame that front foot, then back toe under. Bring that foot forward about 6, 12, 18 inches, whatever you need to get both heels on the mat. Stretch that forehead towards the front shin. Next inhale, place your mat down, alright. Kick both feet back onto your plank pose with your vinyasa or lowering chest and chin to the mat, inhaling for the facing dog and pressing back to the dog. Breathing in down dog. Can you play with tilting and tucking your tailbone in downward facing dog? Simple micro. If you can feel more space, you tilt that tailbone back. Your next exhale, you can hop or step forward onto a forward fold at the front. On your next inhale, you gently roll up to stand, coming into mountain pose at the front of the mat. Excuse me while I do some. All right, your next inhale, go ahead and lift the arms into the air for your Vrksasana. Exhale, coming into chair pose. Breathing a nice big breath in chair. Tucking that tailbone under. Folding forward, placing your hands down. Stepping back to plank pose. Coming into your vinyasa or lower your knee. Chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for low cobra or upward facing dog. Sit back. Way down. Reaching those heels towards the floor here. On your next exhale, you can lift the right leg into the air, really good dog. Exhale, bend the knees, swing your foot forward, help it if you need to. From here, we'll rotate that, no, we'll leave it right where it is, actually. On your next inhale, you can lift that head, neck, and chest off the ground, off your leg. Coming into your warrior one, bending that front knee at a 90-degree angle. Rotating that back heel down and come into your warrior. On your next exhale, you can bring your hands behind you, interlace your fingers behind your back, and bring your shoulder down to your humble warrior. Gluing the back of the back foot onto the mat. On your next inhale, we'll come back to our warrior one. Exhale down to frame the front foot, kick that front foot back to the back. Going into your downward dog, rolling into your plank pose, and running through your vinyasa or lowering your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for low cobra, upward facing dog. Pressing back, down. Your next inhale, lift the left leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knees, swing that foot forward, help it if you need to. From here, see if you can lift that head, neck, and chest off the mat. See if you can feel that high lunge. You can lift your warrior one arms. Feel that nice high lunge there, and then rotate that back heel down for your warrior one. On your next exhale, you can release your hands behind you, weird thumb on top, and you interlace your fingers and come down, bubble warrior. On your next inhale, you can come back to exhale to frame that front foot, kick that front foot back, coming into your plank pose, and then running through your vinyasa, or lower your knees, chest to chin flat, inhaling for local or upward facing dog. Press it back. Downward facing dog. Your next exhale, you can hop or step forward, so you forward fold at the front of the mat. Your hips will shake out here. Nice. Ready? Gently roll up to stand. Coming into your mountain pose at the front of the mat. Releasing any tension you may have in your glutes or your jaw. On your next inhale, we'll lift the arms up for Urdhva. Exhaling down into chair pose. From here, we're going to bring your hands to heart center and hook an elbow on the outside of the knee and come into a chair pose twist. Breathing here. On your next exhale, let's come back to the center. Inhale nice and big. Then we'll exhale to the other side. And twisting from the midsection here. On your next inhale, you come back to your chair pose. Exhale down for forward fold. Plant your hands and step back to your plank pose. Excuse me, running through your vinyasa, lowering your knees. Chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for the cobra, facing dog. Pressing back. Down. On your next inhale, we'll bring the right leg into the air. Exhale, bend the knee, swing the foot forward, elbow if you need to. Rotate that back heel down. Press the mat away to come into warrior one. Exhale down to your humble warrior. Inhale up to your warrior one. Exhale out to your warrior two. Lift the palm up, reach forward, and then back. Reverse your warrior. On your next exhale, back to your warrior two. Straighten out that leg, front leg. Exhale forward and down for triangle pose. On your next exhale, you can bend that front knee forward. Press yourself back up into warrior two. On your next exhale, you can bring that forearm down to your knee. Reach that opposite arm over to head for side angle. On your next exhale, we'll windmill the arms down. Bring that front foot, kick that front foot back, feet back. To your plank pose, go through your vinyasa, over your knees. Chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for a low upward facing dog. Pressing back. Down. Down dog and get your hips a little shake out. You pedal out your feet here. Like two. On your next inhale, we're gonna lift that left leg into the air. There we go. Exhale, bend the knees, swing that foot forward. But if you need to, rotate that back heel down. Bring the arms up for warrior one. Bringing those shoulders down your back, away from your ears. Exhaling that fingers behind, hands behind you. Releasing your fingers where they're on top, coming down. Inhaling back up for warrior one. Exhaling out for warrior two. Bring that palm forward, up. Come back to reverse your roll. Here we'll come back to warrior two. Straighten out that front leg and come down to triangle pose. Exhale, we'll come back up to warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale down to side angle. One. Ooh, hello. Personal, don't you think? And your next exhale, you can rotate or windmill those arms down, bring that front foot, take that front foot back to meet the back. Press yourself into your downward facing dog. Come into plank pose, lower your knees. Have something to the mat, inhaling for a cobra up facing dog. And then pressing back. Yeah. On your next exhale, you can hop or step back. So you're forward fold at the foot. On your next inhale, gently roll up to stand. Placing each vertebrae on top of the previous one. Standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat, we're going to lift the arms into the air for Urdhva Hastasana. You're going to bend the knees, bring the arms forward, tuck the tailbone under, prepare pose. On your next exhale, you can fold forward, plant your hands, step back, so you can plank under your vinyasa. Just suggest that, and feeling from the cobra upward facing. Pressing back down. On your next inhale, we're going to lift the right leg into the air. Bring the leg up. Exhale, bend the knees, swing that foot forward. Help it if you need to. Rotate that back heel down. We're going to windmill the arms up for warrior two. Bringing that palm forward and then back to reverse your warrior. Exhaling back to warrior two. Straightening out that knee and coming forward and down for triangle pose. On your next inhale, come back to warrior two. And exhale down to side angle pose. Your next exhale, we're going to windmill the arms down so that we're in a wide-legged forward fold side of the mat. Like to play with tucking your tailbone, tucking and tilting your tailbone here, your little micro movements, you certainly can. If you'd like to walk fingertips back, so that you're in a more intense forward fold, you certainly can. Walk your fingertips forward. We're just gonna heel toe the feet in. So we're in a wide-legged squat. Whatever that means for you to keep your heels on the mat. And not fall backwards. But if you do, it's okay. No big deal. Didn't hurt me. On your exhale, we'll fold forward, press that bum back into the air, walk your fingertips over. And we'll come back into our plank pose, lowering the knees, chest to chin to the mat. Coming up for a over or upward facing dog. Pressing back to a down dog. Breathing it down dog. That left leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend. Bring your foot forward, help it. It's okay to back, pull down. And we're gonna windmill the arms up for warrior two. Bring the palm forward and back for your warrior. Exhaling back to warrior two. Nice big inhale here. On your exhale, we'll straighten the legs, come forwards, down to triangle pose. Bend that front knee, windmill the arm up. Hey, Monty. Hi. Yes, I'm busy right now. Coming back into warrior two. On your exhale, bring that forearm to the thigh. Come into the side angle pose. On your next exhale, we're gonna windmill the arms down. So we're in our wide-legged forward fold. We're gonna heel toe those feet together. We'll come into whatever squat you want. Your heels can be in the air. They could be on the ground, on a blanket, on a mat, on a block. Your next exhale, you can bring those hands down to the ground, press that bum back in the air, make your way back over to the mat, into plank pose, running through your vinyasa or lowering your knees, chest, chin to the ground, pressing up into a downward facing dog or a low cobra, pressing back, downward facing dog. On your next exhale, you can hump or step forward to a forward fold at the front of the mat. On your next inhale, we'll gently roll up to stand, placing each vertebrae on top of the breeze. Yeah. Good job. Breathe. Release. Shake it out. All right. We're going to come into our balancing poses. We're going to go ahead and go into tree pose. You can either kickstand that heel to the ankle, press your foot against your calves, bring that heel into your inner thigh. Your hands can be on your hips at heart center or branches blowing in the breeze. Breathing here, staring at the wall. Find a fixed point that doesn't move, and you can go ahead and stare at them. Go ahead and release your hands. You can release your foot from your leg. You can bring that knee forward. You can stretch the foot out, maybe a little higher, and let it go. Give a nice little massage, that outer muscle of that standing leg. And switch to the other side. Kickstanding that ankle, heel to ankle. Pressing that foot against the calf, or bringing that heel into the inner thigh, as long as the foot is not touching the knee. Not hurting yourself. Your hands can be on your hips at heart center. Okay, do this one on the side. Your hands can be on your hips at heart center, or branches blowing in the breeze, whichever you prefer. You can release your foot from your leg. Maybe bring that knee forward. Maybe stretch your leg out in front of you. Maybe a little higher. Maybe a little higher. And let it go. Give a massage to that outer muscle of that standing leg. We'll come back to mountain pose at the front of the mat. Inhaling the arms above the head for Urdhva Matsasana. Exhaling, folding forward. Plant your hands, step back, plank pose. You can run through your vinyasa or lower your knees. Chest switch into the mat. Inhaling for upward facing dog. And pressing back to a down dog. On your next inhale, we're going to lift the right leg into the air. Three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the foot forward into lizard pose. So outside the right hand, so your hand, foot. And just push that ground away from you here. On your next inhale, we're going to press that foot back, three-legged dog. And then exhale, bend the knee and swing that shin forward. Set yourself up for pigeon pose. Making sure that leg is straight back behind you like a stick. Lifting that chest into the air, rolling forward. And inhale, you can lift your head back inches off the mat. Bring that leg behind you. Come into a tabletop pose. Maybe give your hips a little shake here. Tuck those back toes under. Press yourself back into a downward facing dog. So we'll lift the left leg into the air for a three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee. Swing that foot forward. Come into a lizard pose. So you're in hand flex. Just like outside of your hip. Breathe here, pushing the ground away from you. On your next inhale, we're gonna lift that leg back into three-legged dog. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, bring that shin forward. Set yourself up for the opposite side. Making sure that leg is stick straight behind you. Lifting the head, neck, and chest off the ground. Roll forward. Inhale, chest off. Bring your legs over, essentially over tabletop. Shake out and just bring your body down to the mat. Toes. You can roll onto your back. Bring your feet about that's what max with distance. Go ahead and thank you. Windshield wiper out for your when you're ready, you can just you can bring your feet about hips width distance. Bring your knees about hips width distance. Bring your feet so you can just about raise your heels with your fingertips. When you're ready, we're gonna tilt that tailbone under, lift the hips into the air. You'd like to bring your arms beneath you and come into a bridge pose. 3 to 5 good breaths here. Release your back, release your arms, release whatever you need to. Windshield wiper out those feet, those knees, back and forth. And when you're ready, you can tilt your tailbone under and come into your second bridge pose. Option to bring your arms, shoulder blades underneath you. Interlace your fingers back behind you. 3 to 5 good breaths here. When you're ready, you can release your arms, release your shoulders, release your spine back down. Windshield wiper out your knees. Let bring your feet or knees, sorry, to stillness. Tuck that tailbone under and put one final option to bring those arms beneath you and release your fingers back behind. On your next exhale, release your spine back to the mat, windshield wiper your back. You're gonna come into a gentle inversion. You have a block, you can place it underneath your sacrum. You can just lift your legs in the air, and support shoulder stand and grab your back with your hands. You can place your legs against a piece of furniture or against the wall. Let that balance. Few breaths. Your feet above your next exhale, you come out of your version against you. Move any props you may have. Squeeze back and forth again. And hug those knees into the chest, nice and tight. Can rock back and forth, roll to and fro. And you can make little circles with your knees and give yourself a look back to self. When you're ready, we'll drop the left leg down and place the right ankle on top of the left leg. Bringing that left leg back into the air, flexing both feet here. Bring the hands to the back of the left leg and release your fingers. Press that opposite knee away from you with your elbow. If you're happy here, you can stay. If you're finding, if you don't find a stretch here, you can always rock back and forth.
or pull your leg closer to your body. See if you can't find a spot that's a little bit more sore or stuck. Maybe you can release any tension you have in your glutes. When you're ready, your hands and legs. Back down, switch the crossing of your legs, bring your right foot up. Flex both feet here. Interlace your hips behind the right leg, pressing that left leg away from your left elbow. If you're happy here, you can stay. Make sure you release any tension you have in your glutes. Can't find a spot that needs stretch here, you can always rock back and forth. Bring your leg closer to your body. You might find a spot deep in the hips that needs to open. Maybe needs a little bit more breath or a little more tension. Exhale, you can release your hips down, release your legs. Go ahead and switch your leg to the back and forth. Extend the left leg out in front of you. Bring that right leg up. Hold onto the shin nice and tight with both hands. We're gonna extend the left leg down the leg, so we grab onto the ankle. We're just gonna bring that ankle towards us. Your hand on your knee, so your leg is kind of at an angle, maybe a 45-degree. Hold that into your chest, nice and tight. Here we're gonna left hand. Just bring the leg out to the right. Keep it bent still. Quickly with the right. Exhale to go ahead and cross that knee across the body. Switch it to the left leg. And keep your hips on the mat. If you'd like, you can even bring your right hand to your right hip to hold it down as you stretch the leg across the body. Come back to center. We'll hug both knees into the chest. Drop them over to the right side. Bring your hand to your knee. The opposite one can become the cactus arms or extend out to the side. Your gaze can be at the ceiling or over your opposite shoulder. On your next inhale, you can come back to center. We'll extend the right leg out to the mat. Hold that left knee into your chest. Flex the foot or let it go. Holding your leg with both hands. Release any tension you may have in your glutes or your jaw or your shoulders. You're gonna slide that right hand down to the ankle and just gently rotate the leg to a 45-degree angle or rather the shin. Hold that leg nice and tight. release the right hand from the leg and pull the leg out to the left side of the body. Still bent, holding that left knee in the left hip. We'll bring that leg across the body, placing it in the opposite hand. Keeping your hips where they are and stretching the leg across. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Good. Keep it there. Inhale back to center. Hug both legs into the chest, nice and tight. We'll exhale down to the left side. Place your hands on your knee. Use the opposite hand outstretched or protect the arms. Gently, you can your gaze can be to the ceiling or above. The opposite one. On your next inhale, let's go back to center. Exhale, release your legs down in front of you, release your arms down to your final resting. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Start to make small movements in your fingers and toes. You can roll onto one side using your arms as a pivot. So with that same slow quality of motion, you can come up to a comfortable flow from forward. Heart center, one inhale for a moment.